Hey, what's going on, everybody? POA here. This is the last of the Final Fantasy product I had ordered. Um, I ordered these when they very first, pretty much, I guess you can say, pre-orders went live in the world, right? And collector boxes went haywire right off the bat. And then I ordered two of these quickly. I was like, well, at least I'll get a couple of these. And yeah, in hindsight, I wish I ordered a whole bunch of them, but hindsight is always 2020. So no, got two, right? Got two at MSRP. So I'm gonna have fun with these today. Yeah, I could easily flip these, but I don't want to. I want two last bites of the apple in a set that I really enjoy. And along with it today, I'm just celebrating little poor Blantons. Blantons, some will call it overrated. I will say it's a really nice single barrel. It's been around forever. Anyway, so that's what we're sipping on today. Okay, so before I get into opening these, I am going to ask that all... my next video after this one, so if I have a lot to talk about in the next video, and if you've been a long time, viewer of the channel, and I appreciate it, go ahead, make sure you don't miss the next video. If you're the kind of person who doesn't want to listen to me talk, well, I don't know why you watch this channel. Don't watch the video. But for everybody else, we'll see you also on the next video. So, let's get into these, shall we? Obviously, I'm in zero rush. All right, it'll be like timestamp or dish, and then I'm going to delete the post. I want to say they did a bang up the foiling. The foiling looks so good. Don't steal. I'll say when these hit on that Friday, I really did think about going out there in the world and trying to hunt down more. And I just kind of threw my hands up and said, why? Why? You've opened a good amount of Final Fantasy. Why? Just because? Just because? Is that the why? So then I didn't do it. These boxes are stunning. Oh, yeah. These are keepers. Okay. I mean, so are the regular ones, but these are especially keepers. Is that Bahamut? And Ifrit? I assume? Okay. All right, let's do one, and then we'll do the other. Wish me luck, everybody. I appreciate it. I am honestly scared. I am actually a bit scared here. And the reason I'm scared is because I would like to find something cool out of this. And there's zero guarantees of that. And you can go to Absolute Pound Town. I will say if you got this at MSRP, its odds of Pound Town are lower, but it's still not zero. It's still not zero. If you're not buying these MSRP and you're buying these at the current going rate, well, your odds of going to Pound Town are extremely high. That is a gorgeous dice. I'm usually not wowed, but that's cool. And a 4. Shocker. Okay. Then we've got the 2 packs. I think, is this the land pack? Nope. That's the land pack. And the card right on top is not a bad one. We've got Sephiroth from the Commander deck. It was a pretty cool card in the extended art foil. And another rare. And we got Waka also from the Commander deck. Extended art foil. Okay. That Sephiroth is a pretty good one. Do not mind that one. Of course, full art lands. Quality looks really good. Where's this printed? Let me guess. These are Japanese? They are Japanese printed. Okay. That would make sense. Like, these feel way better. Where were these printed? Which means the rare is on the top. Whatever. We can do this normal style. Marlboro, and we got Squall. It's a solid rare to start us off. Catch Fish, yeah. Reach the Horizon, Sleep Magic. Chocomog, Vincent's Limit Break. Okay. I'm not going to race through these, although it's only 18 play packs, so it won't take forever. But I'm not going to race through these. This is, as of right now, my last Final Fantasy product. So, I, for one, I'll talk about that at the end. Kain. Okay, we got Kain. X-Death. The very first pack I opened of this when it was still in, like, before it really came out, it was on our channel, and I was so excited to pull Kain. In hindsight, I should not have been remotely that excited. I think I was just excited to pull Final Fantasy stuff. I think that's all it was. And, Final Fantasy IV characters specifically. Ice Magic. Balam Garden. Play Blitzball. Gladiolus. Quistis. Battle Menu, which is a pretty good card. I know I made a comment on this where I was like, why is Quistis an uncommon? Well, you couldn't make everybody a rare mythic. So I get it. That's still skin. Borderless foil. What's funny about that is I originally ordered the borderless copy because I hadn't pulled one in all of the products I opened. Actually, I didn't open a regular copy or a borderless copy, so I ordered the borderless. Can I get eject? Because that's the other one I don't have yet. What's this? Brainstorm. Okay. Oh, Prima Odin. Really cool. One of the rares I actually only had pulled one of. And I think it was out of my first play box, and I put it with the uncommons. So, of course, that drew some commentary. I did fish it out right afterwards. Okay. Zach Fair. And Dion. I'm getting a bunch of, kind of solid rares here. Ultros, Renoa, Samurai's Katana. Okay, yep, alright. And Wildcat must know I'm filming. Okay, Vector, Lunatic Pandora. Xanarkand. I've pulled a lot of this card. The Emperor of Palamecia. So I am currently playing Final Fantasy II right now. And I am able to wipe the board with just about any kind of creature I run against. So I'm like, I think it's time to go battle the boss. So I get all the way to the boss, which is the backside, which is the Lord Master of Hell. And I can't do anything. I literally just can't do anything. I'm just absolutely smoked. So oh great. I'm going to need to sit there and level up for hours. Cool. Ignis? But that's Final Fantasy, isn't it? Always has been. But then again, I was only 22 hours into the game, I think, so, I really did probably need to put more time in. Garland in foil. Hey, eject. All right, so it's not a borderless, but I'll be glad to take it. Another one of those rares I had not pulled yet. And the Wind Crystal. That's very welcome here. And we got Torgal in the borderless. He's a fine hound. Cactar. Vista. Okay. Well, sorry about that sound, folks. Yeah, we'll be moving on, I think. Worst part is, I'm floors up. That's how loud it is. I'm floors up. Windurst. Okay, I have this pack and one more pack left. Can we get a mythic? We've got Squall. Genji Gloves. No mythic in that one. All right, last pack of the play packs. I would say as far as the rares go, not bad. No mythics, though, but not a guarantee, that's for sure. Blitzball. And Jador in the borderless. Okay, Chocobo, Ring of the Lucy. Chocobo Racetrack. Okay. I feel like I want to wait to do these at the same time. I'm gonna do that. Not for like a sake of just waiting to the end of the video to do it. It's more of a do it back to back kind of situation. So I'll keep them still in order of the first box and the second box. And 4 again. Okay. Is this the lands? Yes, land pack. Now the other one has lands too, but it's got the 2 front. Which these, like if you watched MTG North though, when they first opened these, like they opened like 4 in a row that had an absolute banger in the extended art foils. It was amazing. Kane. Okay. Come on. Nope, an uncommon. Cloud of Darkness. All right. Well, that's my luck for you. Oh well. Let's get back to it. Come on, Mythics. Forest. Absolute Virtue in foil. Okay. That's our first Mythic. Raubon, which that's actually the first Raubon I've pulled. I actually bought a... Oh, no. It's not. After at the very last thing I did, I got one. Okay. Gold Saucer. Elixir. Okay. Windurst. Black Mage's Rod. Esper Origins, pretty good card. In fact, I'm going to put that on top. Queen Braun. All right. Guess I'm going a little faster now with these play packs. Rook Turret. Light up the stage. Leviathan. Lacole. Prompto. Okay. Weapons Vendor. Dovin's Veto. Glad to take one of those. Minwu, who you do not have on your party nearly enough in Final Fantasy II. Tonberry, Tidus. Okay, Y'shtola. So that's another Mythic. Hey, Summon Titan. Not bad. Torgal, a fine hound. Hoping that there's enough Mythics to make up for that first box out of these. But we will see. Crossroads Village. The Lunar Whale. Eden. Rydia. Oops, wrong pile. Not that it matters. They're all going to get organized anyway. Okay, 3 packs left. Come on. Let's find a banger. Ignis. Ultima. Machinist Arsenal for a 2 rare pack. Okay, come on. Two play packs left. Memories Returning. Gladiolus. Overkill. Always glad to see one of those. Okay, last of the play packs. Here we go. We have a mountain. Primal Garuda. Come on, it's rare. It's a Jill. It was not a bad rare. And a Noctis, so 2 rare pack. Shiva, Asperamu, Saz's Chocobo. Okay. Well, you know what time it is then, folks. We are moving on to those collector packs. Wish me luck. I need all the mojo right now. I can't say the play pack, so if that was a normal bundle, I did not do well. Okay. But these, at the MSRP of these bundles, is the most important hit or miss component of this whole thing. And we are going to do this the long way. Okay. Jake style. Okay. Warrior Sword. Instance Limit Break. Araman. Ultros. That's an uncommon. Restoration Magic. Rydia. Black Waltz number 3 in the extended art. That's actually kind of spicy. Stolen Uniform in the borderless foil. Swamp, which means I think we start the juice after this. Sin. Raubon. Okay. Extended art Raubon. You know what? I'm going to put you up there. That's Dion. All right, we got Falcon. Airship Restored. Sure. So this is Dion, as we've discussed. All right, is that 2 left? 2 left. Captain Lannery Storm as Vaughn, and then the Wind Crystal. All right, first pack was a bust. Second pack. I see this pack was properly resealed. Okay, Galacat, Iron Giant, Paladin's Arms, the Prime Vista, the Final Days, Self-Destruct, because those bombs always like to do that, Quistis in the extended art, Fat Chocobo. Okay, this should be the land. Well, we have a Kefka in the traditional foil treatment. All right, come on, pack. Let's do this. Zodiark. Summoner's Sending, and the last 2. Okay. Yuna's Whistle. Laboratory Maniac. And Primal Odin in the borderless foil. Well, those were Womp Womp bundles. That's how it goes sometimes, right? That was a definite Womp Womp bundle, right? And we go from seeing some of the ones that are out there, right, and how much juice they got out of it, to then you look at one like this. And this makes sense to me. This is my luck. This is very par for me. Expecting something out of any of this product is something that I personally should never do, because my odds are extremely low to get anything that's a heck of a hit. I can take some positives out of this, but not really, unfortunately. I usually try to take some positives out of it, but this one, can't really take too much out of it. I actually have a bunch of Kefkas now. I have a bunch of Yistolas. The Primal Odins are cool. I'll take those. That's cool. Anyway, I will say, folks, next after this, we've got Edge of Eternities. I hate that collector boxes are already pushing 300 plus. It makes me sick to my stomach in a way. Yeah, that's probably fair. As Rudy recently put, scalpers haven't left Magic. Flippers haven't left Magic. They came in Final Fantasy and then they haven't left. And it sucks. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. And if Edge of Eternities of all product is going to go way beyond what any standard set should, that isn't named Final Fantasy, because there's a part of me that can understand this product, that sucks. It sucks for the fact that this is the most, well, this is just one man's opinion, but one of the best, let's just not even qualify it in the card game realm. It is one of the best strategy games ever created in the history of mankind. And it's been developed over the years and honed and all that stuff. It is an incredible game. And it sucks that, because people are racing out to buy product out so they can then try to flip it as a profit, makes product even tougher to get. And that's the nature of the world, right? When you make a limited product, and again, I understand that. I do. I fully understand that. It's just not fun. It's not fun. And it kind of makes me really question, right, a lot of stuff around this particular hobby. Well, after that, then we got Spider-Man, which, as much as I love Spider-Man, I don't care. God, I've read more Spider-Man than any other comic book on the planet, and I do not care about a Magic set around Spider-Man. And then we got Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I know there are people that are excited about that, and that's cool, because they probably feel about Avatar like how I felt about Fallout. But I absolutely despise that means there are 3 full sets this year for this. Like Fallout was a Commander product at least. Doctor Who was a Commander product. Like, I don't care about Doctor Who, but it was a Commander product. It's fine. It feels like it lives at home there. Lord of the Rings like felt at home in Magic the Gathering. Like Final Fantasy kind of feels at home in Magic the Gathering, but like Spider-Man, really? That's a Commander product. That's what that should be. Why are we doing a full set? But you know, I think that's a very jaded perspective at the same time that I have. It's a very jaded perspective. Like I can call myself out on that. It's a jaded perspective. But I'm not looking forward to it. I'm really not looking forward. I was looking forward to this set. Aether Drift, from the moment it was announced, I didn't care. Then I opened what? How much Aether Drift did I open? I don't even think I opened a regular collector box of it, did I? I really was not in on that product. Tarkir ended up being way cooler than I expected it to be. So I ended up doing a little more Tarkir than I anticipated, but I was not excited about that set either. Like this is a tough moment. I'm none of this stuff is doing it for me outside of Final Fantasy, and I just can't afford to open up all the Final Fantasy. Because scalpers went crazy on this product, well, because of the sheer popularity of it, and they didn't print nearly enough of it to satiate that level of demand. Which is good for the hype engine, but not great for the end consumer, unfortunately. So right now I'm sitting in a very complex relationship with this game. My next video, I did film it before Final Fantasy, okay? And I had a lot of thoughts that were running through my head because at that moment in time, prices were, like, the availability of product was already bad. Like, it was already... I can't help but thank Robert's Table again for grabbing a collector box for me. I paid him for it, right? It wasn't free, but it was an extremely good price. And thank you again. Otherwise, I wouldn't have opened a collector box. And I love this product, and I'm really glad I got to open one. That was a really fun moment of getting to open a collector box. And it was also a pretty good collector box, which helps. Right, and I didn't know at the time that Tifa was going to be a hell of a hit. Turns out that Tifa was a hell of a hit. Didn't know at the time. I knew it was a solid hit, but I didn't know it was a hell of a hit. Like, I knew it wasn't a bad thing to pull, but anyway, I'm rambling. So yeah, this has become a very complex time in this game. I don't really know where to go with all this. I guess in the end, I'm going to ask if you have other similar thoughts or things going on or your thoughts around the current part of this game. And I would appreciate more constructive commentary than just people raging about things. You know, put some thought into it, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right. So even if like, as you've heard mine, like I can see things from both sides. I try to see most things in life from more than one angle. I really make it a point to do that, is to try to see things from different sides and not just singular perspective, right? But this has been a tough pill to swallow. On the fact that I love Final Fantasy. I think the set is absolute banger, but it is a standard set, right? I can't say the set's power level is absolutely off the wall insane, but it's a lot of fun stuff. But because of Final Fantasy collectors and then flippers and all that stuff, and people have clearly come into the game for this product, which is what you want, but again, that's double-edged sword stuff. You want more people to get into the game because you don't want the game to die, but you want the right people to get into the game. Is that what you want? Like, how does that work? Do we gatekeep? Nah, I'm not a fan of gatekeeping. This should be a hobby enjoyed by a lot of people. Again, it's one of the best strategy games ever created in the history of anything. People should be able to enjoy this game. They should be able to enjoy this game for less than $1,000 on a single set. I think that's the crux of my issue. And you can't. All right, I'm going to stop rambling. I will see you all in the next video. Yeah, I'll see you there. Bye.